All right. Jaime Munguia is about to be fed to the wolves. Either Gennady Golovkin or Canelo Alvarez. Reports from official media outlets say that there's a rumor that Canelo might be fighting Jaime Munguia. And we're also going to talk about the ludicrous shot that old media, or what I like to call mainstream media, because I'm older than them, took at YouTube boxing video commentators, which I found absolutely hilarious. We're going to talk about that in this video. Welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, share the video. Also, check out the live streams that we do here on the channel every Monday through Friday, right around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and OG Boxing Talk on Sundays at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now let's get into this. First things first, Jaime Munguia is garbage. I told you right after the Saddam Ali fight that Jaime Munguia is not that good a fighter, man. He basically just bullied a smaller fighter a smaller fighter that wasn't that good in Saddam Ali. He had a couple fights then. They were really trying to build him up, try to see if he could be the next big hype job that they could manufacture and throw at you. But it didn't work out as he got exposed in multiple fights. The kid ain't ready. He's too young, but he's on the center stage now, and they got to find some way to feed him to one of the big dogs. And that's what it seems that they're trying to do with either Gennady Golovkin or Canelo Alvarez. Let me be very clear. Jaime Munguia does not have a snowball's chance in HE double hockey sticks of beating Gennady Golovkin or Canelo Alvarez. And the only reason that I could see that they would be making this fight is that they see that it's a name that they can use for a fight now. And it would be better to feed Jaime Munguia to one of those two than have some journeyman pop up and knock him out. That's what I see in Jaime Munguia and in this circumstance with Jaime Munguia. It's also a shame. If they make this fight between Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia, you know it's a farce. Canelo's championship status, in my opinion, will be seriously walking up on farce. Jaime Munguia is a 160-pounder who moved up from 154 pounds. You're going to drop or get stripped or get whatever it is that happened to Canelo Alvarez for not fighting his mandatory Jermall Charlo to fight Jaime Munguia? Jaime Munguia does not have a 160-pound belt. Jaime Munguia is a questionable champion at 154 at best, and it doesn't offer anything to Canelo Alvarez that Jermall Charlo doesn't offer in spades. Ridiculous. Gennady Golovkin ain't got a belt. Who cares what Gennady Golovkin does? Gennady Golovkin can fight Jaime Munguia, then he can go fight Liam Walsh, then he can go fight whoever. I don't care. Because Gennady Golovkin lost he got stripped of one belt, lost 2 belts, and I don't care about him. Jaime Munguia make the fight. Hey, give my Jaime Munguia to Gennady Golovkin, whatever. But to have Jaime Munguia have a shot at 2 of the major championship belts at 160 pounds, I do believe in his first shot at 160 pounds is ludicrous. And for all the people who are defending Canelo Alvarez for what he's doing with Jermall Charlo, if you guys don't ring bells, gongs, blow whistles, write letters about some nonsense fight between Canelo and Jaime Munguia, then dude, you're straight up on some hypocritical stuff, okay? It's ridiculous. But Like I said, if he wants Gennady Golovkin, I don't got an issue with it. Canelo Alvarez, Jaime Munguia has not done any. What has Jaime Munguia done? What has Jaime Munguia done to deserve a shot at the WBA and the IBF 160-pound title and the lineal middleweight champion of the world, if you want to do a Tyson Fury and throw that in there? That the word is absolutely nothing except for look vulnerable. And you can't even explain it away with the WBO, like the fact that Alexander Usyk is the mandatory for the WBO, because Jaime Munguia, the WBO 154-pound champion, is not fighting for the WBO. He could immediately move up there and go to Demetrius Andrade if that was the case. Why not Demetrius Andrade? Why not get Jaime Munguia a mandatory shot right away at Demetrius Andrade? Because Demetrius Andrade would breathe the brakes off that dude. That's why they don't do it. But hey, man, if he's going to get the brakes beaten off of him, it might as well come in the form of an easy fight for Canelo Alvarez, right? This is a pure case of DAZN and the network playing matchup games that are preventing the best fights from happening at 160. Point blank, period. No doubt about it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But speaking of the mainstream media, I can't call them the old school media. I can't call them old media because I'm older than them. I would be old young media, or like my man always calls me, man, young OG. So this young OG tell you something about what Mike Coppinger, who quite honestly is a very reliable source for boxing information, minute by minute information. Him, Mike Benson, they do good work. No complaints. I never, ever take something Mike Coppinger says and not acknowledge that it was Mike Coppinger that I got it from. Same thing for Michael Benson. Same thing for Dan Rayfield. Always acknowledge what they do when I talk about it, whether I agree with it, whether I don't agree with it. But let me tell you what he says. He says, no ads, no clickbait, no press releases being rewritten like certain other sites. Just 100% original reporting and content from, it must be Lance Pugmire and at Rafe Boggs. Not sure if that's Dan Rayfield or who that is. And I, right? So no press releases being rewritten, no clickbait, no ads like certain other sites. I wonder who that is. Now, I read that as if it could apply to boxing scene, like it could apply to YouTube channels, like it applies to whatever, right? All kind of people do that. They're doing that because they are pubbing or pushing for theathletic.com, right? And go to theathletic.com, read Lance Pugmire. I might actually subscribe. It's $3.99 a month. I might actually do it because they give good information. But let's be clear. Lance Pugmire, you guys steal stuff all the time. You steal people's thoughts all the time. Okay? As far as the no ads go, look, you're charging me $3.99, you better not have an ad. But if you have YouTube videos, or you have sites like Eastside Boxing, or you have other sites like that, and they're not charging you to read the articles, the fact that they have ads up there, or you have ads and videos on YouTube, actually allow people to report on boxing. So while you get your paycheck, I do believe you work for the LA Times. You get paid by the LA Times to produce your material. The LA Times has ads. Their sponsors generated. How do you think they have subscriptions? People have to pay for that newspaper, and they have all kind of ads in those newspapers, all kind of ads on those sites. Let's not be hypocritical. YouTube. People have to take their time. They take their energy, and their energy is worth time, and their energy and time are worth, at the very least, getting enough money to compensate themselves for doing so and adding value to the information, adding value to the boxing world. And I think all these media guys add a certain amount of value. But again, I want to be clear. I have personally experienced mainstream media outlets, writers, taking the thoughts of other people and putting them in their articles, doing things like 78 Sports TV having an interview with Deontay Wilder, and people clearly listening to the questions that 78 Sports TV has asked Deontay Wilder, and then going to Deontay Wilder and asking him the same questions to get the same information, and then acting as if they thought about asking the question, number one, and number two, that they didn't already know the question and they already didn't hear it before they asked them, disguising plagiarism as authentic, original reporting. That's not original reporting. That's plagiarism with a handy excuse. And you do it often. I've had live streams, discussions. I have broken down my own thoughts on boxing matches, on situations, and I have gone to mainstream media sites and read them repeating everything that I said in their own words. The next day, right in time for them to submit their report, to support their article, that they get paid by the word to write. Either by the word, they're getting paid to listen to me, take my ideas, write them down, and hand them over to somebody else. And that has happened multiple times. It has happened, the same thing has happened to 78, time and time again when it came to interviews with Keith Thurman, my early interviews with Mikey Garcia, early and multiple interviews with Deontay Wilder, interviews with Errol Spence Jr. Get off your high horse. You are getting paid to talk about boxing. And even this right here, when you say no ads, no clickbait, and in the front of it you say 0 ads, ain't that clickbait? Oh, let me look at it. What do you mean no ads? Oh yeah, isn't it an appeal to emotion? If it's not clickbait, it's ad hominem like a mug. But anyway, do what you do, but get up off that high hog. I enjoy the work of these guys. I really do. But the hypocrisy with the media, and let's also address this about the media, the mainstream media. Even though you might not rewrite press releases, you are definitely a press release in and of yourself. You are a press release. They call you to share the information that they want released. Let's not talk about your pound for pound votes that you get over there on ESPN, where somehow you wind up having the same quota of the same type of fighters over and over and over again. Some of you could find a way to vote for things that are so ridiculous that it makes it obvious that you didn't go into this game as a boxing fan. You went into it as a journalism major who more than likely could not get the main beat in basketball, baseball, or football. And let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.